Okay, ladies and gentle people, um, this is how I became divorced at 22 years old. This is going to be very simplified. I would rather undershare than overshare. I have reached out to members, friends, and family members, both myself and my ex wife, to find the best way to do this. Um, and we all pretty much came to the same conclusion of do not share more than is needed. But if at some point I feel the need to elaborate, I might do that. There might be longer versions of this with breakdowns and parts. But let's get into it. Okay, so I got married May 17th of this year. And shortly before that, my wife, or ex-wife, started a new job. And that's important to know. So we end up moving into our apartment together in mid-July. I believe it was July 16th. Between the when we got married and that time, we were living with my parents. So we move in about 2 weeks after that. My wife has just a breakdown, comes in my office, has a breakdown about, I feel like we might have rushed into this. We did things too soon, blah, 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 blah. And it wasn't like we need to split. It was just, I'm freaking out. It's like, okay, let's talk through it.
I think as soon as something like that happens, then it should start to bring up some alarm bells. And naturally, I understand that when you're married, for example, you will have moments like that. This is a covenant that you guys are going to have for a long period of time. So you're going to have periods where, for example, maybe you're going to doubt, etc., and feel a certain type of way. But again, 2 months in, bearing in mind, I'm pretty sure these guys had some sort of rapport and things like that before, obviously getting married, and there's a reason why they got married so young. So when you're seeing that, I feel like red flag should have basically popped up in his head straight away. Now, before I carry on playing the video, guys, I saw this on my FYP, and I watched around half of it, but I thought, you know what, let me actually react to it and actually just give my take on it on the channel, because I try not to touch on subjects like this, but I feel like it's extremely important, especially for young men and especially for young Christian men like that as well. Like certain things we need to avoid, especially on our pursuit of becoming better versions of ourselves, getting closer to the Most High, and also getting a missus, because I'm pretty sure majority of guys, they want to get married. You know what I mean? Don't let people cap for you. They want to get married. They want to have a family and things like that. So it was kind of sad hearing this, but let's carry on anyways.
And about a week later, she apologizes, says, hey, I think I was just having kind of a mental breakdown. I'm like, hey, that's fine. I get it. In scary times. I had a freak out. I think it was like the third night that we were staying in the apartment, just about like, missing my family. Um, so some time goes on, and now we're in August, and there's another freak out. And I feel like we rushed into this, blah, blah, blah. Well, we meet with our premarital counselor. Well, our counselors, I guess, but they did our premarital counseling. We talked through, and they're like, hey, this is super common. We see this in young married couples all the time. Let's, set some expectations for one another just so you guys can help each other out. And we did. And, I think.
And one thing that is a common theme with him as well is that he's actually trying. Like he's trying to make this work. He's trying to make sure the marriage actually stays up and afloat. Doing everything in his power, going counseling, going out of his way to be emotionally intelligent with his missus and things like that. And this guy, technically speaking, is the ideal guy that ladies be talking about on the internet and just in general of, oh, I want my man to be this, like a provider, a leader. The guy makes a lot of money. He's doing well for himself, well accomplished, and he's 22. Like when I was 22, yes, I could hold conversation a certain type of way, but this guy at 22 is still way more mature than me, and I'm older than him, you know what I mean? By a few years, but still. So this guy, some people are saying he's too young to get married and things like that. I don't necessarily believe so. I feel as if though he's literally just married the entirely wrong person. And that can also happen sometimes. But you'll see exactly why I'm saying that eventually.
My head, things are going great. Okay, so Monday, September 15th rolls around, and I leave work a little early. She tells me that she wants me to come home so we can talk. And so we go home, or I go home, and I get there, and she's like, hey, like, I'm not ready to talk just yet. Go play the game. So I'm like, okay, I play the game for an hour. Go back in. Hey, I'm not ready to talk just yet. Go play the game. Okay, go back in for now. Whatever. So basically, she tells me, like, hey, I don't know. I don't want to talk about this. I think that it's just not worth talking about. And me being an anxious person, I'm like, well, is it something small, or is it something like you want to move out? And she's just kind of like, I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like there's just so many things happen so quick, and I don't know. Well, either way, We talked through things a little bit. I think she can tell that I'm upset. She could tell that I was upset, so she just kind of dialed back. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know where her mind space is or headspace is in any of this. Well, the following Saturday rolls around. Everything's all hunky dory for me. I go out with my buddy. We put out some bags of corn and stuff, and then I get home. She's like, "Hey, when are you gonna be home?" I tell her, and she's like, "Okay, great. Like, I'm gonna take a shower and I'll see you when you get home." Well, I get home. She got her bags packed. Hey, I'm gonna stay with my mom. Hmm?
Guys, I think the guy is way he's way more emotionally intelligent than 99% of us man them. Like, especially at 22. Like, I'm 24, bro. And even at 24, I feel as if though right now, if I was going through this type of situation, again, that's just more work I kind of need to personally do. But if I was going through a situation, I would generally be like, look, babe, what's going on? Da, da, da. And like, I'll try my best to try and figure out exactly what's going on. But having the whole like packing bags and moving out the house, I feel like that's just it's too extreme. Like, what we doing it? You know what I mean? We both agreed we're gonna get married young. We've seen young couples work. In fact, throughout history, young couples was the thing. It's only now due to the economy and due to like the changes of what's actually happened in history, hence why people are getting married a bit later, you know. But in this case scenario, I just generally believe that the lady he married is she needs to do a lot of work on herself personally, man. It's not good.
I need some space away. I might be back Wednesday. I don't know. Can we talk? Nope. Gone. Out the door. Gone. Poof. Gone. Uh, no contact that Sunday, that Monday. Then Tuesday night, I finally call her. Now, mind you, in between this, I'm over at my best friend's house. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm freaking out. And I say no contact. There were a couple texts sent. Well, she also goes over there and is with him and his girlfriend and just talking to them. And it's, they're trying to figure out what's going on. And they're asking the questions. Hey, is there anything going on? It might be causing this. Is there anything, She's like, no, nothing. Well, so Tuesday night, I call her. And this is now, let me get the date. Yeah, so Tuesday, the 23rd of September, I call her and things seem well. And I'm like, hey, do you want to go out tomorrow? She's like, yeah. So her and I go out. We have a great dinner. And she tells me, like, look, I've decided I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to run away. Like, we're going to work on this together. I can't leave you. I don't want to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. Awesome. But you need to do this and this and this and this and this. And mind you, everything's been fairly normal for me up to this point, up until her leaving. So thing number one was therapy. So I put myself in therapy. I get couples therapy for the two of us. I'm paying out the butt for it, but whatever. This is necessary. Whatever means. She's like, I'm not ready to move back in yet, but we'll see. So we have our first therapy session that following Sunday, and just to kind of collapse all this down, eventually after like a week or so, she moves back in. Things are going great. I'm cooking dinner every single night, right? She did almost nothing around the apartment, and I would complain.
Guys, oh man. Oh man. And this is why I understand why they always say nice guys finish last. And I feel as if though it's such an important video, especially for Christian men as well, bro. Like, I might get backlash for saying this and things like that, but whether you're Christian or not, as a man, if you are too nice, you will always finish last. Because people will take your kindness for weakness. They will exploit it to every single degree. And you can clearly see this being the case. Like his entire missus, I'm more what do you call it? Traditional, where, for example, if I'm in a marriage and my missus isn't necessarily before we even get married, like any lady I'm speaking to, like there needs to be something going on because naturally I'm expected to provide and obviously lead and to be the you could say the prophet of the house and the all the Christian kind of stuff you're kind of supposed to do. Now on the lady's part, so she's not being nurturing, she's not actually obviously they don't have kids, but for example, she's not actually getting prepared for what it actually means to do that, meaning taking care of the home. For example, she's not cooking, she's not doing anything. Like the guy's gonna go on to say, for example, that he'll come home and the apartment will be lazy and the apartment will be messy, sorry. So in reality, she is lazy. That's basically what I was trying to say. In reality, she's lazy and she's taking full advantage of him simply because he is too nice, bro. way too nice. And I feel as if though this is just the nature of what's gonna start happening. It's not going to start happening. It's what's been happening within, marriages just in general, and especially Christian marriages as well, right? I genuinely believe, I say it all the time. I think I even said it yesterday when I was on live, right? I genuinely believe that we've gotten to a point in history where men want marriage way more than the ladies do now, right? Ladies want a wedding, men want a marriage, right? So the ladies, of course, is the wedding to be like, oh, look what my husband's done for me. We've spent X amount of money. Everyone come look at me. Oh, he got me this and got me that. That we see on social media all the time. Now, the men, on the other hand, I'm not saying all men because you've got some ridiculous loser men out there, right? But the men, obviously, I subscribe to and I look at, etc. These are actually men of value and men of morals, right? They really want a marriage, so they'll do everything in their power to actually try make sure it works. Do everything in their power to make sure that they're pouring into their lady, they're investing in their lady, they're investing in their home, etc. And even themselves, they're doing work on themselves to become better and actually improve for the sake of their woman. Like, bro, when a man is truly in love, yeah, he's gonna do anything. I mean, he's gonna do anything for his lady. Do you know what I'm saying? So, bro, this video generally makes me sad, guys. Like, honestly speaking, it makes me sad, and I do want to react to it on the channel, but I feel as if though again the messaging is very, very important, and it's all about spreading some sort of awareness for one or two of you that actually click on this video and actually see, like, bro, this could actually be you. You don't lock in. If you don't lock in with your life just in general, and obviously if you pick incorrectly, because marriage and who you actually choose to marry is one of the most important decisions you will ever make in your life. Is the reason why a lot of guys are saying, you know what, nah, I'm not gonna get a girlfriend, nah, I'm not gonna get married, etc. Because they've tapped out, they've tuned out. You know what I mean? But if you do, and obviously even myself, I want to get married one day, for those of us that want to get married, we need to have this at the back of our mind that broski, if we're not careful, we could even be like the ideal type, the perfect type. The person that's rich, the person that, for example, they're in the gym getting their physique right, the person that is in alignment with God. Like, this guy is really, really, you can see that he's a man after God's heart. Yeah? Still, he gets treated like this. Bro, I can't believe it. I generally can't believe it. Honestly.
Complain about that because it's like, but I was like, you know what? I don't care. Cooking, cleaning, everything, laundry, everything. I'm doing everything, right? I like made up her closet for her and stuff and whatever. I'm just like, I'm trying to show her whatever it is that you need, I'm gonna do. And I just start working on myself and start trying to be, the best husband that I could possibly be. And it's stuff that I should have been doing beforehand, but it's like, this is my first time. I'm a kid. Well, 3 weeks go by. Let me go back to my text to figure out the date. So, mind you, during this time too, she's like trying to get me to buy her a new car and like a gaming PC, and we're coming up with all the. I mean, it's amazing. It seemed like the most perfect marriage. Well, Sunday, October 12th rolls around, and things have been going great. We have our therapy session, and the therapist is like, guys, I think we made a breakthrough. And we're laughing, giggling, whatever. Well, therapy session ends. She looks at me, hey, I'm dropping out of nursing school.
Like, what is going on, bro? What is going on? And naturally, this is based on a Christian marriage as well. So you wouldn't necessarily expect these type of things to happen within, like these Christian type of marriages. But at the same time, you can't be ignorant and say that, like what, Christians are special and different, etc. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. But our faith obviously changes depending on where you are and whatever you believe in. So that's why I always say, like, to the man, you really gotta understand the nature of what's going on in the dating market right now, what's going on with marriages at the current moment, what's going on economically as well, and what's going on with men as well, like what they're going through, etc. So when you are finally in a position, you are not in a compromised position like what he is. Because I'm pretty sure there was probably one or two red flags before he got married. But the guy, he was in love, bro. He fell in love. He fell in love, fell in love, fell in love. And then when you actually start to see what she starts doing, bro.
When did you make that decision? She's like, last week. I was like, okay, all right. I support you. That's a big decision. That gives us more time to spend together. I guess work through these things. Breakdown, anxiety, full on, just freaking out. My jump to is, hey, let's pray. Let's pray. She doesn't want to. She goes, jumps in the shower, She's free. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I thought I could, whatever. And I'm like, hey, let's get in the car, because car rides always calmed her down. Let's get in the car and ride around. In the car, I've been lying to you. I've been doing X, Y, X, Y. And I go, have you been cheating? And she looks at me, yeah.
Bro, man. This is dark. This is ridiculous, man. It's not fair. It's just like cheating just in general, bro. When you're in a relationship, you should not be stepping out at no circumstance, yeah? But it's like why would you put someone through this? Why would you decide, you know what, I'm gonna get married to this individual, I'm gonna then ruin his life. And then you're wondering, okay, why? Is it because it was boring or the guy wasn't good enough? Or it was probably, she probably was bored, let's be real. Like, she was probably like, you know what, this guy's a nice guy. He doesn't make me feel a certain type of way, or doesn't feel like he's a leader and doesn't feel like he's dominating and He's probably on social media getting all this negative connotations being fed into her brain, etc. But we know how the game is right now, man. It's not really the best, is it? You know what I'm saying? Hence why, even though I make videos on this channel, I've made videos in the past how like people are tired of the red pill, etc. I still generally believe that every single person, every single man anyway, should look into at least the earlier stages of red pill where they're aware of what's going on, like female psychology and female dynamics, the differences between men and ladies, what ladies actually want and what they say they want is two completely different things. Do you get it? So it's being prepared, bro. And if you're not prepared in this world, bro, you will be in a compromising position because guess what? The ladies are preparing. They are preparing, bro. And the thing is, with ladies, right, they're being built in such a meticulous way that if her heart's in the right place, bro, you can give her something as small as, I don't know, I have no item here, right? But something as small as this, she'll take it and expand it, right? And make it great and help you build a kingdom, basically, right? Now, if you give it to the wrong lady, she'll take that small thing and then she'll just keep on taking and taking and taking and taking to the point where she sucks you dry. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if to call this the Jezebel spirit. I don't want to be them type of people that's judgmental and things like because we all falling short, we're all sinners and stuff like that. But bro, what's going on? Like, is it the Jezebel spirit she's dealing with? Is it what sort of spirit do we call this one? Or is she just for the streets? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I generally don't understand what we're supposed to do as Christian men and men that eventually we're looking to marry and stuff like that. What's going on? You know what I mean? I would have conversations with like not even just a man them. I'm talking about just man them like guys in general, yeah. It's almost as if that everyone's going for it, bro. And don't get it twisted. I'm more harsh on the man them because I'm like, bro, we need to do everything in our power. Get your money up, get your physique right, work on yourself, become emotionally intelligent, build that relationship with the Most High, etc. But it's like they then combat me by saying, not my close guys anyway, but other people, like other guys and stuff like that. They'll now combat me by saying, like, bro, what are we actually doing that for? Because let's say, cool, we put in all that work. What's the reward? Like, what to get? A lady that is not going to respect or a lady that's going to do this. Like, bro, what's generally the reward? Because our fathers and our forefathers, right? They would do everything in their power to get a lady and they understood that, cool, this lady is going to love them till death, you know what I mean? Or even if she didn't love them, at least she'll give them the respect, you know what I mean? We're in completely different times right now, and it's so dark. It's so dark. It's so dark. I'm praying for this guy, bro. Generally. It's actually so sad.
With who? It's her boss.
And also for people saying like he shouldn't have got divorced, and even he says later on in the video like how he didn't want to get divorced and stuff. Adultery and like stepping out of your marriage is actually grounds for divorce in scripture, if you guys don't actually know. Right? So just bear that in mind like before watching the video and being like, oh, Christians, you should stay together and da, da, da. Me personally, I think I would personally divorce. Me being honest, at this current stage in life and that, but I haven't been married, and I don't know what it is to be in that type of situation, right? And I pray I don't, and I pray every single person on this video doesn't end up in this type of situation. But what do you actually do, man? What do you actually do? I don't know.
So, yeah, so she says that. And, I've always been a very emotional person, but in that moment, I couldn't cry. I couldn't get angry. All I could do was drive. And in my head, I'm just praying while listening and trying to talk. And basically, she says, I find out over time that she had started emotionally cheating, which let's just call it what it is. She started cheating 2 weeks after we moved into our apartment. So mind you, this is 2 months after we get married. And that, if we do the timeline here, that's when the first freak out happened, when she came into my office. And then apparently it was just that. And then towards the time of the second freak out, before she moved out, was when they had started making plans to be physical. And then during the time between that freak out and her moving out is when they actually did have a level of physical relationship.
He's even trying to be PG with it. They smashed. Like, let's be real, they smashed. You get it? It's bro, it's sad, man. I generally believe because obviously men and ladies are different. Again, I don't condone cheating at all. But with men, for example, it's usually just physical cheating straight to it, and it's a case where, again, controversial. I don't condone it at all, but it's just the reality. Majority of guys, if they were to cheat, it's just a quick release, a quick, okay, let's quickly pattern and then, you know what I mean? With ladies, on the other hand, if they're cheating, usually they're emotionally checked out. Like, they're like, you know what? This guy could be better. The grass is green on the other side. Let's do our thing. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to real relationships and marriage and stuff like that. If a lady's single and she's doing her thing, etc., it's like, bro, you know what I mean? Do your thing, whatever, boom, boom, bow. But when you commit to someone, yeah, it's like the rules need to change, bro. And I understand, like, every day as days keep on going, I start to understand the reason why, like, we're not even supposed to have sex until marriage. Because, bro, the game is dark and it just that's like the most optimal way to kind of do it from what I've personally seen. Do you get it? But we've made our mistakes and stuff like that. I feel so sorry for this guy. Like, generally speaking. By the way, I'm gonna leave the link down below so you guys can go and watch this for yourself. It keeps on getting worse. It just keeps on getting worse in the video. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words, honestly speaking. I don't understand why the game is like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially for like guys that are really trying to take it serious, and even like with the girls as well. When I have conversation with a lot of ladies, they say, bro, the game's cooked, you know what I mean? So everyone's going through it. The question I have is, bro, is marriage even gonna be a thing in the distant future? Like, it's almost as if though all the things that you could say have been foreseen and stuff like that in terms of just. Anyways, we don't even get into that, bro. But anyways, it's like it's gonna get dark. It's gonna get so dark, and people don't realize that family is the most important thing that you could ever have. Building a strong family, having a nuclear family like that as well. Bro, I feel so sorry for this guy. But my people, them, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like for the algorithm. Comment down below if you agree or disagree with anything I've said. And also, if you like my take on things and you enjoy the content that I actually provide, make sure to subscribe because we're looking to grow the channel all the way to the moon. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.